You know what's crazy? Actually ditching the complicated, exhausting side of managing your money. Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by money, just stay right here. Because over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a practical system that totally ditches those complicated, color-coded spreadsheets with, 47 different tabs that literally no one actually wants to update. We're going to build a system that works in the real world, and absolutely no finance degree is required. So let me ask you something, and be honest. Does this hit a little too close to home? Most people earn more money every single year, right? They get raises, they take on extra shifts, or they move to better jobs. And yet somehow they still feel completely broke at the end of every month. It is incredibly frustrating to make a decent income and still find yourself caught in that paycheck to paycheck panic, wondering where all your cash just went. If you're feeling that way right now, I want to validate that for you. It's incredibly common, and honestly, more importantly, it's completely fixable. Here's the agenda for today's explainer. 1. Why traditional budgets fail. 2. The 50-30-20 rule explained. 3. 4 steps to build yours. 4. Tools to make it easy. And 5. Habits for lasting success. All right, let's jump right into section 1. Why traditional budgets fail. The real reason your plans crash and burn. Let's just clear the air right out of the gate here. If you've tried to budget in the past and it completely crashed and burned, it wasn't your fault. Seriously, it wasn't. Here's the thing nobody tells you about budgeting. Most traditional budgets fail because they're actively designed to fail. Think about it for a second. You sit down, you make this beautiful plan to only spend a tiny amount on food and coffee, and then, boom, real life shows up. A friend has a birthday dinner, or there's a surprise bill. Traditional budgets are just too rigid. Life is not a spreadsheet. Second, they're guilt-inducing. They make you feel bad every single time you spend money on something you actually enjoy. And third, they take way too much effort to maintain. I mean, if it feels like a second full-time job, you're eventually just going to stop. So to fix all of that, we need a major mindset shift. Take a look at the old mindset versus the new mindset. The old way basically says a budget is a restriction. It's a pair of handcuffs. But the new way, a budget is simply a decision you make about your money before you spend it. You aren't limiting yourself. You're proactively and confidently telling your money exactly where to go instead of wandering around wondering where it went. That is the whole mindset shift right there. Moving on to section 2, the 50-30-20 rule explained. Your simple, new best friend. This framework right here, it's going to make budgeting feel like a total breeze. It's the single most effective budgeting framework for people who have absolutely no background in finance. The concept is incredibly straightforward. You just take your after-tax take-home pay, so the actual money that hits your bank account, and you split it into just 3 clean buckets. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. No complicated categories, no mysterious miscellaneous folder that secretly swallows all your cash, just 3 really simple slices of the pie. So the absolutely crucial point here is understanding exactly what goes into each bucket, starting with your 50% needs. This is your survival and basics bucket, half your paycheck and no more. This covers the stuff you absolutely have to pay to live your life. Think in simple household terms here. This is your basic grocery shopping to keep your family fed. This is tracking your monthly utility bills so the water and electricity stay on. It's your rent or your mortgage and those minimum debt payments. Basically, if you need it to survive the month, it lives right here. Next up is the 30% wants bucket. And let me be crystal clear, this is completely guilt-free spending. You are officially allowed to enjoy your life. This bucket covers life's enjoyments. We're talking your Netflix subscription, dining out with friends, your gym membership, weekend trips, new clothes, or those random morning coffee runs. The whole point of this explainer is to empower you, right? Giving yourself permission to spend 30% of your income on things that just make you happy is a massive part of that empowerment. And our final bucket is the 20% savings. Think of this as future-proofing your life. This is literally your future self sending you a massive thank you card down the line. This 20% is for building an emergency fund, investing, or saving for household repairs. Imagine if your furnace breaks in the middle of winter or a pipe suddenly bursts. Instead of panicking and going straight into credit card debt, you just calmly pull from the cash you've been stashing away in this exact bucket. This is your safety net for life's curveballs. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. What if your numbers don't perfectly match this split on day one? Like, what if rent alone eats up 40% of your income? I really want you to remember this quote. Direction is greater than perfection. This rule is a guide, it's not a strict law. The goal is just to start and get as close as you possibly can. Maybe today you're at 60, 25, 15. And you know what? That is totally fine. Perfection is the enemy of progress. The fact that you're moving in the right direction is what actually matters here. Let's hit section 3. 4 steps to build yours. Get it done in 20 minutes. Okay, we're going to take this theoretical framework and actually make it a reality for you right now. We can take you from financial panic to total clarity by following these 4 highly specific yet super simple steps. Step 1, know your number. Step 2, track reality. Step 3, assign jobs. And step 4, automate. Let's break them down. Step 1 is to know your number. You just cannot build a plan if you don't know your exact monthly take-home pay. I'm talking about the money you actually get after taxes. If you're salaried, this is super easy. Just check your last paycheck or your banking app. If you're a freelancer or your income varies, simply take the average of your last 3 months. Write that single number down. That is your starting line. Step 2 is the one most people skip, and honestly, it kills their progress. Track reality. Before you plan the future, you have to face the present without any judgment or shame. Open your banking app right now and look at the last 30 days of spending. What you're probably going to find is way more money spent on food delivery than you thought, and subscriptions you completely forgot about. And hey, it's okay. It's just data. You can't change what you don't measure. Step 3, assign jobs. Take that monthly take-home number from step 1 and divide it across your needs, wants, and savings buckets based on the 50-30-20 target. List out your rent, your groceries, those utility bills we talked about earlier. Be radically honest about your streaming services and your dining out habits. You need to give every single dollar a specific job before the month even begins.
And step 4 is your ultimate secret weapon, automate. We have to combat decision fatigue. That's the deteriorating quality of decisions you make after a really long day of making choices. By the end of the day, you're tired, and choosing to save money just feels hard. The fix? Remove the decision entirely. Set up an automatic transfer so the moment your paycheck hits, 20% goes straight to savings before you even see it. Pay yourself first, automatically, and let the budget basically run itself.
Section 4, tools to make it easy. Pick your budgeting co-pilot. Look, pencil and paper, they aren't required anymore, unless you really want to use them. There are 3 main routes you can take. First is the app route. Tools like YNAB or others can sync directly to your bank, categorize your spending, and show you exactly where you stand in real time. Second is the spreadsheet route. A simple, free Google Sheet template takes like 2 minutes to set up and gives you total control. And third is the digital envelope method, where you simply open separate, completely free savings accounts for different goals, like one for your emergency fund and one for that next vacation. The absolute most important thing here, the best tool is simply the one you'll actually use. Don't overthink it. And finally, section 5, habits for lasting success, making the budget stick. A budget isn't a one-time event, guys. It's an ongoing monthly conversation you have with yourself. So let's make it stick. The highly successful budgeters I see all shared these habits. First, the weekly 10-minute check-in. Just 10 minutes a week to look at your app. It's exactly like checking your GPS on a road trip. No judgment, just navigating. Second, the worth it filter. Remember that money is literally just stored time from your life. Before a big impulse purchase, ask yourself, is this item really worth 10 hours of my working life? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Third, absolutely celebrate your wins. Did you hit a savings goal? Celebrate it. Your brain needs that positive reinforcement. And fourth, adjust, don't abandon. Did you overspend on vacation? Don't throw the whole budget away, just adjust next month's plan. A living budget adapts to your life. I really want to leave you with this powerful thought. A budget isn't about making your life smaller. It's about making your priorities bigger. When you proactively tell your money where to go, you stop wondering where it went. And that feeling, it isn't just financial. It's emotional. It reduces your anxiety, prepares you for the future, and honestly, it creates true, genuine freedom. So, I'm actually giving you some homework tonight. I want to bridge the gap between passively watching this explainer and actively changing your life. Your homework is just 2 simple things. 1, find your exact monthly take-home pay. 2, open your banking app and look at last month's spending. That will literally take you 15 minutes, and it's going to give you 80% of what you need to take control forever. So, are you ready to take charge? If you learned something valuable from this explainer, I challenge you to drop a money bag emoji in the comments below right now to let me know you're actually doing the homework. And if you want to keep mastering complex topics the easy way, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this explainer with a friend who really needs it, and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss out. Here's a final thought to chew on before we go. What is the very first want you're going to fund completely guilt-free with your new system? Think about it, and I'll catch you in the next one.